And he said, I'm not supposed to do this, but we're getting a shipment on Thursday night. And I said, okay, how many are you getting? He said, we're supposed to get 10. And he goes, so we're getting it in Thursday, but we're only going to put them out to sell on Friday.
This is a thrift store, but 19 years ago, it was a Best Buy. And one evening, after receiving a low-key tip from a clerk about an overnight delivery, my mom stayed out here over 12 hours for the chance to buy a Nintendo Wii at the crack of dawn. When did you decide how you were going to go about this?
When he told me this information, he just knew he had paperwork. And then he also said, there's no guarantee they're going to come in. Sometimes they tell us 10 and we open it and there's only 2.
So it was a gamble.
It was a gamble. It was a total gamble. This was, I think, the beginning of December, the end of November. The demand is going to be higher. This is an opportunity. That's what I said to myself. And I'm thinking of, concerts and stuff like that. And I grew up in the time where there were lineups overnight outside. So I said, well, I'm going to have to do this. Because I have to be there when the doors open in the morning. So I made the arrangements that you and were taken care of.
Yeah.
And at first I was going to come when the store closed, after 9. Then I'm like, okay, go earlier. Just go earlier. I got here at 7:30, 7:45. There was already a lineup of people. I got out of my car and I got into the line right away. And the store was still open, so people were going in and out.
Her commitment was intense and rooted in a promise she'd made, that if I'd gotten my marks up in grade 6, she'd get me the upcoming system. I did, and so she wanted to hold up her end of it. After launch, though, the Wii proved harder to get than she'd anticipated. She'd spend evenings going from store to store only to be turned around. No waiting lists, no pre-orders. This was strange. Her closest frame of reference, a tickle-me-elmo she bought from my cousin years prior, didn't hold a candle to the Wii's perfect storm of a rollout. The Wii suffered from 3 key factors. First, its ludicrously high demand, appealing to consumer demographics who'd never found video games accessible before. Second, slow production that failed to ramp up to the post-launch demand. And third, weirdly, its very fair price. The combination of Nintendo's aggressive marketing push and a strong exchange rate at the time meant the Wii was listed $20 cheaper in Canada than its predecessor, the GameCube, had been years prior. Affording one wasn't the problem. Gathering information before scalpers about where and when they were arriving was the hard part.